Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching. This is Running on Empty Food Review, and I am your host, the Report of the Week. So on this Tuesday afternoon, I decided to do another video, and I thought to myself, well, I want it to be a food review, and I want to review something new. And I was checking out these places, you know, what's new. You have Arby's that's doing some new melt. That seems to be the big theme of perhaps this part of 2017, melts to some degree, because you have Burger King doing their rancid melts, and then you have Arby's that are doing their own melts. But I thought to myself, you know, I'm not going to partake in the melt craze of September 2017 just yet, because I saw that Popeyes had a new item that was out as well, and I thought to myself, well, I'm going to give that a shot because it actually seems quite interesting, and I have some faith in this item. I have some hope, because I think that this might be the item that Popeyes is going to do quite a good job with. Now, allow me to explain first and foremost that the battery on my camera is quite low, and since we're already here, I didn't have much opportunity to charge it, so this may not be the longest video, please understand. Now, Popeyes has released some new popcorn chicken. As a matter of fact, it's not just their popcorn chicken, it's their quarter-pound popcorn chicken meal. Now, the name itself can be rather confusing. You may think, well, is each piece of popcorn chicken a quarter pound, or is it a quarter pound in total of all the popcorn chicken that you're getting? Or perhaps is it actually the total weight of everything in the box included, side, etc.? Well, they gave this name because it's a quarter pound helping of popcorn chicken, which I don't believe they've ever had, at least in recent memory. And then you could also get it with one side of your choice, as well as a complimentary biscuit, for the price of $4, which is a little nicer than the standard $5 meal deal that they usually have. Now, when you look in, it's interesting. Number one, let me get you a nice close-up shot of it. There you go. Hopefully we can see it all right. See the popcorn chicken, the sides, and all that pictured right there. One interesting thing that I've noticed about the popcorn chicken, it's a little larger. Not totally, but a little larger than what you might usually envision popcorn chicken as. Now, granted, it's small. It is rather small. But it's still of a decent size. You know, sometimes I remember I used to always get the popcorn chicken from KFC. And it would sometimes be these tiny little morsels of fried batter and nothing else. But this, especially this piece, kind of outlines it very nicely. You can see right there that it's a nice little small piece of chicken, though. It's not more batter than chicken. You actually get a good little piece of chicken, so that's good to see. And then you get a dipping sauce of your choice. I got barbecue sauce. So we're just going to try some of this popcorn chicken. I'll let you know what it tastes like. And then we'll dip it in the dipping sauce, and then we'll wrap things up. So it's the quarter pound popcorn chicken from Popeyes going in. Now, I had two pieces, but the pieces are of good enough size that you can really, really make a judgment on it. I had faith in these. And you know what? It held up. Popeyes, as of late, has been very hit or miss. Whereas some items are exceptionally good and really hit that benchmark, and you say, you know, this is how Popeyes should be. Then you get others where you just kind of shake your head and you say, well, that's so terribly disappointing, and now they're sinking to the lows of what KFC usually, provides. That was the car, mind you. These are very good, though. Number one, the portion size, you actually get a good piece of chicken. It's more chicken than it is breading, which is a pleasant surprise. Usually it's just fried batter, tiny piece of chicken. This is actually a good sized piece of chicken with enough batter that gives it a nice little crunch as well. I think when I took that first bite, it almost sounded like an exaggerated crunch, but it was completely legitimate, and there is a nice little crunch to it as well, which is nice to see. The chicken itself is tender, it's very flavorful, good quality, which you would expect from Popeyes. Sometimes it's really been rather bad, but they do a good job with this, and it's quite good in that regard, so that's very good to see. And number 3, my third and final point, in regards to this popcorn chicken, they don't really specify this. This is purely based on the experience, and they don't necessarily advertise this. As with some pieces of Popeyes brand chicken, there's a little bit of a spice that's embedded into the chicken itself, or you should say the breading, where you don't necessarily, it doesn't hit you full force. You don't notice it at first, but once you bite in there, once you start chewing it and letting those flavors spread about your mouth, then you notice this little bit of a spice that's in there too. And it's not always marketed or advertised or emphasized, but you know what? They do a good job with it, and you can really notice it here. Every little bite is just flavorful, and you know what? Get a little bit of that spice in there as well, which is really nice to see. Now what we're going to do next is we're just going to try it with a little dipping sauce. Their bold BQ sauce, which is actually barbecue sauce. The name kind of throws you off, but it's barbecue sauce. And we'll just dip a piece in. That'll be that. The barbecue sauce is very good, it's very flavorful, and it really complements the chicken very nicely. And bold is a very good adjective to describe it. It's good, they do a good job with it. And a sauce accompaniment isn't necessarily mandatory when it comes down to this chicken, but it certainly partners it very nicely, and it's a very good pairing in that regard. So they give you a good variety of sauces. Barbecue sauce isn't the only thing that you can possibly get for it. You can get a little bit of a buffalo sauce. You can get various things, but the barbecue sauce is a good pairing. Now, that being said, there's one last matter that I wanted to clear up in this video. And first and foremost, before I even get to that, I'm sorry, my mind just got all over the place. I apologize. One other thing that I do want to give first is the rating for this. Considering everything that I said before in this video, considering how the chicken is, the price that you're getting for it, the size of what you're getting, the amount of chicken, everything included, for just $4. I mean, that is a good price, and it tastes good. There's really no drawbacks to it, so I'm going to give it a 9.0 out of 10 in terms of its rating. Now, finally, what I wanted to clear up, and I'm sorry, I got temporarily distracted, and I apologize for that. I know in past videos I've, discussed the ideas of the Patreon and the merchandise as well on Teespring. Number one, I think you know some of the issues that are impacting the channel, and if you want to help it out via Patreon, any donations are most welcome, and you could find the links in the cards and also the description. But I wanted to let you all know, because I've gotten some requests for this. People will say, in terms of the merchandise, maybe they are interested in it, but they see some of the prices, and it might look as though it's, they don't necessarily have the money for it at the time, and I understand that. I mean, I've had plenty of things that I might have wanted to buy. It could be anything. It could be a suit, it could be food, it could be radio airtime, anything. It's just too much. It can't, I understand that. So I have a 15% discount that is now going from this day, from the moment I upload this, until October 2nd. 15% off any item. You could get any item of your choice. If you're interested in anything, 15% off. It's only accessible via the links provided up there in the cards, in the little bubble up there, and also in the description, metaphorically down below. You can find those links. That's where it's eligible. You got to click the link, and then it'll enable the 15% off code. But if it's something that you're interested in, because I've had a few people mention, the concept of discounts in the past, and we're trying it out, and it's a good opportunity if you're interested in getting something, and it also supports the channel. If you don't necessarily want to do a monthly donation thing, you can get something now, and it'll help out this channel, and you'll get something in return also. So if you're interested in it, go for it. It's there, and it's ready. It's ready for you. So that's all that I have. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thank you for watching. Take care, and that's all that there is. So thank you. This is Running an Empty Food Review, and today's review is for the popcorn chicken from Popeyes. Thank you, and take care. Have a nice day.